going on, everyone? So Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks at the trade deadline last NBA season. Dallas ended up not even making the playoffs. And this season, there was a lot of hope and excitement that, hey, Kyrie and Luka would be great together, right? They could get the pieces, build around them, and they'll be off to the races. And it just hasn't worked that way. The Dallas Mavericks have struggled still mightily. They are not a team that is winning very many games. And Dallas, they are coming off of a win against the Philadelphia 76ers, which is huge, right? They need to continue to keep pace and climb the standings, but they are currently the 8th seed. They're only 2 games out of falling all the way to 10th, 3 games from falling out of the play-in entirely once again. And look, the Lakers are climbing and crawling, and they are still 2 games out, 2.5 games out of the Phoenix Suns for that 6th seed. So unless Kyrie and Luka can really just go into like superhero mode and completely turn around this season, it's very possible that Dallas is just a play-in team. And that is not really what they anticipated. It's not really what they wanted. One of the things that was talked about in the offseason was that Kyrie this year may kind of be a fill-out year, kind of see like, okay, what does this team look like? If there are their struggles, then all right, we're just going to move Kyrie Irving. And it looks like the honeymoon may be over. That's the word that is coming out from Mavs insiders. So per DallasNews.com, the Mavs brain trust no longer can claim that Doncic and Irving work as a tandem. Not because they don't mesh well in the rare times they do play together, but because after the equivalent of a season, there's little evidence that it's a dependable, sustainable plan. That is what was said. There are now countless reports that Kyrie Irving is very likely obtainable. Now, it's going to very likely, based on the news that's out now, obviously more things could ramp up. Obviously more information could come out. Kyrie's coming off a great game. But it looks like, Kyrie Irving is made available. And of course, guess who's going to be the number 1 team to step up if that was the case? The Los Angeles Lakers. Real quick before we dive into it, though, I do want to show this. This is from Jovan Buha from back in November. And he said, in terms of a guy the Lakers are looking at, I think the Kyrie Irving rumors is going to pop up again come trade deadline. Hey, guess what? We're around the trade deadline. That probably looks like D'Lo, Rui, and a pick for Kyrie. I don't see why Dallas does that right now unless they start to struggle. Now, there were even reports back when Dallas was 9-3 on the season that was like, hey, if Dallas starts to sink, they're going to look to trade Kyrie Irving. So the fact that this came up isn't really a surprise, isn't really a shocker. Now, look, I don't want to start getting heavily into the Kyrie to Lakers, let's go thing, right? I would love it, right? I sign me up. Right? If we could get Kyrie Irving, go get Kyrie Irving. I would absolutely love that. But it's one of those things at this point where I'll believe it when I see it. For the last 2 years, Kyrie to Lakers, Kyrie to Lakers. I mean, there were literal reports that it was basically done. And then Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, says, no, we're not trading him to the Lakers. Send him anywhere else but the Lakers. And he ends up getting traded to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, look, if Kyrie became available, that is really good for the Lakers. Because the only other team that was interested in the Lakers or in Kyrie Irving was the Lakers. And I don't really see that changing. I just don't. So, if he becomes available, D'Lo, Rui Hachimura, and a first-round pick for Kyrie Irving makes a world of sense. And that is being what is, again, kind of speculated or reported that is what the trade would look like. Dallas really wants a sizable sort of two-way power forward. So they really would like a guy like a Rui Hachimura. So it makes sense for them. And they need somebody that can kind of, take some playmaking duties off of Luka, whether Luka plays some games or if he has a night off or whatever, or when he's off the court. And D'Lo would make a lot of sense in that department. Plus, D'Lo has been so good playing off ball that Dallas may be interested in something like that. But it is worth noting, and I want to talk about this because it's important. So Kyrie, again, is having a sensational year, 31 years old. He's got a new contract right, with the Dallas Mavericks. He signed that 3-year deal worth $120 million. So he's making this season $37 million. Next year will be $40 million. And then in 2025, 2026, he has a player option for $42, almost $43 million, which I don't see him opting out of unless sign a new deal with the Lakers or something like that. But more likely than not, he's going to stick with those deals. So you'd have the rest of this season, and then you'd have 2 more seasons with Kyrie, which is probably how long LeBron plays. And then, you figure it out post that. But if you can get Kyrie Irving, again, I want to get Kyrie Irving. But Kyrie has dealt with a lot of injuries this season. And some of them have been little knick-knack injuries and stuff, like with his thumb and stuff. But he's only played in 28 games now, counting today, right? And they've played 50. So that's a real problem. They've played 52. So he's missed almost as many games as he's played this year. Now, granted, if he plays and he's healthy and he's good and the Lakers get into the postseason, Kyrie, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, the way that they're playing right now, good luck. But he has to play. Right? If the Lakers go and trade for Kyrie Irving and he only plays like 15 games the rest of the way, that might not be very good for the Lakers. Right? Like the Lakers are going to need him to stay healthy, stay on the basketball court, and actually play games. So, look, this is also good for DeJounte Murray and the potential DeJounte Murray trade, because if Kyrie becomes available, the Lakers can use that as leverage. Or if Kyrie really is available, Lakers can use that as leverage for DeJounte Murray. Personally, this is just me, I would rather have Kyrie Irving over the DeJounte Murray. It might actually be cheaper asset-wise to get Kyrie Irving than DeJounte Murray. But here's the thing, is again, one guy has played most of the games this season. One guy has missed half of the games this season. If that continues to be a trend, the Lakers may end up being in trouble. Right? So that's a bit of a concern. Getting Kyrie is great. Kyrie, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, tough. But again, does Kyrie continue to have these nagging injuries? Does he continue to have these struggles? Does he continue to have these issues? If he does, then that might not bode well for the Lakers. It's just something to keep in mind. But again, could be good leverage in a DeJounte Murray trade. Could be good leverage, period. But the Lakers, look, I think if you can get Kyrie genuinely, I think you have to. I do. I genuinely believe you have to go get Kyrie Irving. If he is on the table and you can get it done, because the upside with Kyrie Irving is just so much higher. Kyrie, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and then especially if you can keep that pick swap or maybe even like that first, right? And then maybe it's a pick swap like you're giving up. Right? Point is, if you could keep a pick swap or a first, then that's good, because then you could go get a perimeter wing and then have like a starting 5 of like Kyrie. I don't know how I feel about Kyrie and Austin Reeves. So I'd kind of want, can you go get a Royce O'Neal, right? And go like Kyrie, Royce O'Neal, Jared Vanderbilt when he returns, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. That would be much better in my opinion. But look, the upside for Kyrie Irving is just far too high. I think if you're the Lakers, you almost have to. Right? Like I almost feel like you have no choice. You got to go get Kyrie Irving. And I genuinely love the idea. Again, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get any of your hopes up. Right? Don't get too excited. But if it's a possibility, great. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. But it's one of those things, again, I'll believe it when I see it. When I see it and the trade has been official, I'm ready to go. Let's get it. Let's go win this championship. But anyway, again, as always, this is a discussion. Pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? If Kyrie really is available, do you think the Lakers should do whatever it takes to go get Kyrie Irving? Do you think, no, stay away from Kyrie? He's been too injury prone. Stick with DeJounte Murray. Stick with other pieces. I just look at Kyrie and the upside with him, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, and just think it's too good to pass up. Right? It's kind of like that. Kind of like the girl that like you had an opportunity to get and you missed your shot, you missed your opportunity, and now it's came back around and you have another chance. And I really like, go get it, right? Like there's just a big part of me that's just like, make it happen. Get it done, whatever you have to do. I mean, obviously it has to be within reason. You're not going to sell the farm for a situation like Kyrie, especially given all the circumstances. But if you can do it and it's reasonable and you could still keep, the main pieces and the main core and all whatnot, I think you do it. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.